Good
Only hurts for a second.
afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Viking, KW, Scurvy Hyam, Billy Alpaca. Dang it,
Oh, hi.
not fair. I was in the bathroom. Well, yeah. What do you what's not fair about that? Uh,
I mean,
I don't even know.
I mean,
Sometimes,
you're good. We
hey,
didn't have to
Farmer
use it.
Marks. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just finished, just working on the map all day. Um, You'll notice there's some more trees on the map. I'm gonna give you a little brief introduction of all the stuff you missed overnight. No, and then I'm gonna do a little bit, and then I'm gonna go play some farm sim because I've been working on this all day long since the wee hours of the morning. But I did put some trees around the border, not a lot, and I put some of those sheds that you can either remove or they will get damaged by hurricanes because you got to have breakables. So these are the ones
Of course.
that can get taken out by hurricanes. Right up here, you see we got a few of them around the edges here to make it all look pretty. And then we have lots of trees all the way around the border. I did a lot of trees because we have to dress it up a little bit. Hurricanes, well, not hurricanes, tornadoes, NATOs, twisters to be
Hmm.
exact if we want to get technical, according to what they
Cyclones,
say. Cyclones,
depending on which side of the world
typhoons,
you're on.
some typhoons and some yeah, we got it all here. So, oh, then we've got some trees back here and a couple more of the little placeable things. It almost looks like that tree's in that shed, but no, it's not. It's just behind it. And then we've got one over here down at the end of the road over this way. So just a little decorations, and there's more stuff coming in, but I've been going around and adding stuff to the map. So you got one right there as well that you can that can be destroyed with
Uh,
the the twisters.
nice, nice.
We should put a twister down and watch it. Can we do that?
Okay. Yeah. It don't move.
Well, if I put it down on top of it, what happens?
I don't know, man.
I've never put a twister on this map. I forget how you do it. Don't we just fire up
It's in the dev thing. Spawn Twister or something like that.
spawn a twister? Let's see. Well, we don't know what way it's going to move, so we're going to have to spawn it really close to it
It
and
don't.
hope.
Yeah, it don't. Generally, they don't move very far when you spawn them
Oh,
in.
oh really?
Yeah.
TWI GS weather
GS,
twister
yeah.
spawn.
Yeah, it's been my experience that they do not move.
Is it going to hit it? I don't know. I put it pretty close. I don't see anything happening.
That's pretty much a direct hit. I'm getting on the edge.
Come on, break something. Oh wait, is it?
Where is it? Turn it up.
It's not even breaking a tree. Here, let's move it along here. Oh dare, took it out there.
Oh, whoa.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It crushed it. So we know that works.
That was awesome.
I like it.
Apparently it doesn't like those style of trees that I put in
No.
to break those big ones on the border.
You're just gonna have to fill the whole map with fogplug pines. NBC style.
But that's pretty cool.
Look at that, man.
Well, devastation.
You
Open
can
the
now.
holes in there.
There should be a trigger pop up to rebuild it.
Yeah,
I don't see it though.
Wouldn't it?
Maybe after the tornado goes away.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Is that literally what it's supposed to be? Rebuild
Yeah, let's
it.
see if we can get it faster, get it out of here.
If you could rebuild it, man, that would be cool.
You can rebuild it, make it better than it was. Better, stronger.
Faster.
Oh, it's going right across. There's another one over there. It might take out quick. I can't even run that fast. Oh, let's slow down time. Maybe I catch up a little.
I guess it does move wheels.
I
They
know.
move.
Well, I know. I didn't fast forward time like that.
It's random.
I guess I wasn't patient enough.
Yeah, it is random. I've seen them stay still before.
I have.
I'm just not patient enough to let my tornadoes.
It is
move.
ripping up these fields, baby. Is there anything in its path? I think it's too far south. There's one right there. Oh, it might be. Maybe. First tornado on rivers. So what do you do to clean it up? It's supposed to put a trigger that allows you to rebuild it. You got to add products back to it to rebuild it up. Now that's the way I would love to have our bridges after you build them, have it so that they can be destroyed. You can start them either in the need to be built stage or already built stage. And I can show you how that is done as well. The default is unbuilt. Here, let me get this.
You mean not the brick, the building?
When you've placed them in the map, the default is to have them not built yet.
Right.
But I wanted them pre-built so they get destroyed. Because they're not something that most people will keep. You know what I mean? It'll destroy it if you don't own the property, but they're not really super usable. Now, the same thing though, I wanted to test it because with the bridges, if we get them on there, I want it so you can, it turned. Did a little bit. Is it going to hit something over there? I don't know. It's carving a good path through the
oh yeah,
landscape though.
Very cool.
And then it's going to go over the hill, and then there's nothing down below the hill. There might be a building right on the other side of that down here. We do have some up against the edge. Would it take out 2 at one time? We're going to add more of them, but I'd love to see that feature get a little bit more use. Now, the destructed mesh is what makes it look broken. Now, I think though, if you don't do it, oh, there we go. We got these trees getting taken out. Right through the middle. Carved right through the middle. Owie.
Nice.
oh yeah, yeah. Look at those, man.
These smaller ones got
Beautiful
hit pretty
stumps. So you can make yourself like a 7 days to die area.
good. Let me get around. It's going to be noisy, but I think there's another... Is there a shadow out in front of it? Or... There's one right over here. It has to go that direction, and it doesn't look like it's going in that direction, but we'll see. Nope, it went down there. I don't think there's one over there. But it's pretty cool. That's it traveling a long time, and this one, it just dissipated, so it missed, but there were some more over that way. Now we got it all the way to the dark. Let me go back to the house and get to daylight so I can show you the rest of the map.
Oh, we've tested that feature.
Plus, we need to see if there's a trigger there.
Right here. This is where we want to go. Sleep.
Oh, you didn't want to see if there's a trigger?
Trigger for what?
Well, he wants to sleep till
On
daylight.
that destroyed building.
Oh, I'm gonna go back over there. We'll wait till
Yeah.
so we can see. I got my truck parked right back here, and it was back there. So let's see if the trigger popped up for building. Here, it goes faster and forward.
Yes, it does.
As soon as it was destroyed. All right. I might not have seen it. This
Maybe
one.
you already had it built in the map?
I had it pre-built. The trigger on this one is... Oops, wrong screen. This one. was right. Does this one not have? See, it's right there in the front. Why is it not showing up? Is that the one we destroyed? Yeah. It should be right there. You could see the box.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be. Is that the right barn?
I think it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yep.
But I don't see the repair box for some reason, which is very strange. Maybe oh, I bet you I can't repair it because I don't own the land.
Oh, do you own the land?
I don't own it. I might be able to purchase it. And I have them set so if you buy it,
That
let's
makes
see.
sense.
So that would be, of course, it's going to be right on the border of one of them. Let's see, 914. Let's see if that works. There, that's what it was. We have the exclamation point now. Is ready to deliver the necessary goods to finish rebuilding. You need so that's, you just click that. There you go. Now we can. That's weird. It got reset. I don't know. That's kind of funny.
They cleaned it. They cleaned it up
It
for you
cleaned it
before.
up, so now you can build it. I guess it has something to do. Is that how it works? Yeah. So you go click it, and then, but you have to own it to rebuild it. All right. Oh darn it! Slept through the night, and it's getting dark again. I forgot to slow down the time. Now we'll be in a rainy day probably. But yes. Hey, Gamer Paul, how's it going? Bingo, that's how it works. So we are gonna put some. There's our tornado line. Pretty interesting. Cut right across. Nice, nice. We have 2 houses to visit, but this one here you can't sleep at because it needs to be built. You're going to use this one until you can build your own, is the plan. Or you can sell them. It's up to you. But I put it in so you could have a sleep spot and work on a building project too. All right, let's go take a look at in the daylight before it starts snowing. All the crops are changing. And we're going to show you a few of the other things I did today. Oh, good. We get to see the autumn colors. Yay. Isn't it beautiful? I'm actually really liking the way it's coming out. I'm getting anxious to start playing. That's why I'm working so hard. I just want the fields in and the in-game stuff, and then we'll be good. Look at the cattails turn autumn colors too. That's pretty cool. Isn't that cool? Didn't know that. Finally, a map with good-sized fields. I'm thinking I like it a lot. So I'm working hard. In the first version, like I said, we're probably going to get Billy is working on some factories, but if we can get some of the pre-placed factories in and get the map so we can start playing, version 2 will be where we will start getting into more of the extra field types and stuff. We'll have a few of them, but we got to get the basics in. And they're coming along. They're coming along, which is awesome. I put in, and I'm really it took me 4 hours today to put in one building, and you'll see why. How much area the fields actually account for on the base game maps? There are big fields, but it's not super huge. The biggest field I have, I think, well, I don't know exactly. One of them, though, that I did down below today is 25 hectares, which is a pretty good sized field. I am doing good, Crazy. And I set the shader to have snow on the border mountains, but never tested it. Have you seen that? I didn't even get to a winter yet, so I could check it, which that's true. I haven't seen. We'll check it out. I can go to see if we can get some snow. So everything over here is looking pretty good. We got the forest area. We've got the paper mill in over here. I don't know if I showed you that yesterday because it wasn't appearing at one point. But the paper mill's right there with the forest stuff as well. And then you have the woodworker right around the corner over here that you can go to. And then you have I fixed these ramps so you can go up and over nice and easily. I ramped them up. You can see that they're slightly raised to get across. So we'll have to get some railroad crossings when we put the train in, but we've got those nicely. I almost want to put in traffic and then let you guys, but the traffic spline, see, I wanted to put traffic up here on the roads, but as soon as I put in traffic splines, you guys will run into problems with putting fields together and stuff. So I don't know. I do not know. Maybe I'll find some places down to put some traffic down below. It looks like the track are high on them. The tracks are a little bit higher than, but it's the way it is because otherwise you're going to have a huge ramp up. It's easy to get across. That's all I wanted. It's very similar, close to the way the other ones are, but the tracks are just slightly up. All right, so coming through, this is where I've been working today because the top is pretty much done. There's still stuff to do up there, but most of it's done. So I started coming down here, and as you can see, I've been painting some fields in, getting some of the lay of the land. But this right here was such a piece of work to get into the landscape because of the multiple layers of work that you have to put in, and they're all close together, so you can imagine how hard it was definitely a piece of work. But you'll have the carriage builder in here now, and I think it came out looking pretty nice on this border. Very, very tough to do the different terrain changes throughout, and there may be some, yep, like this one, I had to replace some fencing so the fences would work properly. But the carriage builder is in the map, and you will be, I got a little bit of work right under this corner of the building. See, it was so tough. We just flatten this bump out and it'll be good. All in all though, it came out pretty nice. And then you got the backside, you come back down to the main road. Kind of fits right in the landscape, doesn't it? Is this for consoles? No, it is not. It's a 4x map. Four times the size of a regular map, so it will not be able to go on consoles. But yeah, all of that was pretty tricky to get the terrain work on the side of the hill, but it looks good. And then I came down and I put the Cooper right here, which is the barrel. Riverbend Springs Cooperage is right there. That spot, actually, I'm going to do something here for you guys. This spot is right over here. So I'm going to give you a little bit of the before and after. Thank you so much, Farmer Marks, for the bits. So we'll go to here. And then we'll go over to this one right here and give you what it used to be versus what it is now. So did I just crash that? No, I didn't. We're coming down this hill, and I carved right there from up above, and I carved that out to put that building right here. There was an empty lot here. I don't know what for. That was probably just an entrance to this field, but I ended up putting this building right there instead, close by, very close proximity. The next building in line on the old map is a grain elevator that we had. That's what that is, the grain elevator from way back in 15. However, What I decided to do is, because we are 10 years later, I put the grain elevator museum that you can restore in the place where the old grain elevator was. So we had a little bit of room there. We stuck the grain elevator museum in, and then as we go down the street, I put in I believe that's the rope maker, which there was, again, we have more buildings, um, so they're a little bit tighter together. I have basically 1, 2, and 3 in front of this. We get the rope maker up on the corner. And then I didn't put in, but we had the pallet company. We're going to get a new pallet company. And we had charcoal factory. I'll probably just put something else on that corner. But it's starting to look pretty cool down here, I think. You got the grain elevator area. We've got the factory over here. And it's right on the corner, so it kind of wraps around to the other road. As you can see, that makes the ropes. And we got a little bit of room up there. And I got trees to plant and grass to grow and all sorts of that stuff. Yeah, them were the days. Yep. And then, yeah, so this is what I'm working on. You can see when I get into these areas with the big fields, it goes a lot faster. The map looks so much more done today just because I was able to paint large areas of fields in. But we're getting all the way down to the waterfront over here with painting. I can do the charcoal after the pallet factory, so the herbicide. Yeah, charcoal. Um, so if we're gonna go that route for the first version, I don't want to get too much heavy on the new factories. Yet, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. Charcoal would be good. Then we gotta find a place to put the candle in, and we have you know that if you, in order to do the herbicide, you need to have the soap factory that has the soap and candles. So then you're gonna need to put the candle factory in, and then because you have that, then you're gonna have to do the beehives that do the wax, and if you're gonna have that, you see how it all works, guys? It's all linked together. So, yeah, then they're going to need the glass for that. Why don't we do, here, Billy, for the first version, why don't we just do the soaps and leave out the candles? We'll make a soap factory. And that way we don't have to get into the glass and stuff right away, but we can get the soap for the herbicide makers with the charcoal. And then we can add it into that for the next version or whenever we decide to upgrade to the candles when we get glass and stuff like that. So my goal today is I actually got more than I wanted to. I've been working across. I really need to get over to this side so I can get the vehicle shop and the shell factory, which is already done. Also, for Billy, so the steel factory goes up on the hill over here. We have the shell. I got to grab a vehicle shop. The warehouse. That's a pain in the butt, I know, but our warehouse goes right on the other side of this bridge coming down the hill. Right over here. The Bauer Logistics will be right in this area right here. And there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room around these places, so we'll see what comes in. I'm still going to put the animal area in, but what we're going to do is put a house back there. We're going to put, we have the animal dealer in the map already. When we get up to here where the whole animal area was, I am going to let you guys design it, but I probably will put the house back here and a couple barns to, and let you guys build it up a little bit more wherever you want. And then we had the greenhouse area that was right behind it over here. So I don't want to do too much of that area, I don't think. So as we come over this way, we're definitely going to get, we have this. All right. This was our brick making way back when. It was pretty cool little setup, but if we decide to put something, do I have room on this field over here now? Right here. I think it was right. No, wait. Was that where it is? Or was it? No, there was nothing in that area. It was all the way up here. So the brick making was right here. Our brick factory, we can do it. The question is, I might put something down like a second dredge for silt or for clay down on the main waterfront, and put our new brick factory because that's a really nice factory. So that could go there. Then we'll
Sounds cool.
remove, I think we'll have plenty of room along the beach to get another dredge boat that does and have one. I don't think we can put two products on it. I could also try that if we could get two products piles on one dredge. That would be interesting. But otherwise we can do a sec. Technically, I'll have to look at it, but the we're gonna have this dredge back here. So the concrete factory, where is it? It's right here. We have this one right there. It's being piped up. I don't know if these pipes are possible to disassemble. Nope, they're props. They're, I think, dredge boat. Visuals LOD. Wow.
Second dredge.
It's under the props via, yeah, second dredge probably. Because I was thinking, man, if I could just get one of these, or I can get one of my buddies to to chop a pipe and try to hook
a Y there. Yeah.
Put a Y. I need a Y in here for a second building because we need to have a second pile. Or I could just put a second dredge in and then change the product, which is really easy to do. We got plenty of. We didn't have much going on over here anyway. Actually, I could literally put it anywhere along this line. We do have the boat builder that's going to be right there on the shoreline, and
yeah, you're gonna need some stuff to fill that in. So yeah,
I think we could get a second dredge probably on the other side of this, right over here somewhere.
Yeah, it looked cool too.
And then we could get clay for the brick factory up top. The steel factory, we're gonna just clear it out and put our new one in. It's not gonna be as fancy as this one. We got so there will be a lot of extra room up there as well if we need to put another factory. This is all coming out, just to let you know. We don't need that right now.
No.
Because you can put bogs pretty much anywhere on this map.
So what are you?
I'm keeping the border, but what's going to be in it right now, there's just a couple of fields in it. I'm probably going to remove those two fields and replace them with something else in the middle here. Just a surprise for later on, maybe. I don't know yet. I'm not gonna mention it because I don't know what's gonna happen. You know.
We like surprises.
I don't know what's gonna happen if it's gonna work. So over here we had all the animals, the pigs.
Yeah.
We had the cow barn right here. You had silos. I think we have a house that lost its texture somewhere along the way. I don't know how. Manure pits, all of this. I'm just gonna put like a small farm back here, like a secondary farm, and you guys can do what you want with it. You know, back on that.
Yeah, because all that
platform.
stuff's placeables now.
Yep, we'll give you maybe even I might even put a field up on that farm or something, because they're all placeable. And who's to say you're gonna want them down here and do the animals? You may, but I don't want to get. There's the greenhouse. Is that greenhouse? No, that was chickens back there.
Yeah, that's the chickens. I love that place.
We'll put some lots probably, but leave them open for you to decide. Then we get down below. Another thing that I'm really contemplating doing when we get over to this side is there were 3 trains running on this map. This one was a looping train that just kept going in circles. And it would go out and turn around and then come back once it got off the map, and then come back the other way, head up this way through which we are going to get restored, this old Campbell's, because people liked it. Then it'd come back and it'd go up off of the map up here, and then it would come back on the other track. So that was like a looping system, which I will probably do that one looping like that. So if I can make it a continue, I should be able to. But then we had 2 extra trains. The one right down here that goes off just for selling your stone and stuff. And then the one that was up there. I was actually contemplating, I don't know what you guys think of it, leaving it as one train system and having it so to make it last longer, I was thinking about making it, whoops, let's go to, I got 3 screens open, I don't even know where I'm going. I was thinking about having it leave the map, come up and bring the spline underneath the map. So if it's going into this tunnel, rather than running it off and back in just this one small loop that would be right here, having it go underneath, and then the next time it would pop out would be over by the mining area, and bringing it across here somewhere, and then going back out through after it picked up the mine, and then having it come back maybe like up here and then do the whole big loop train down through. So they're all connected, but it can kind of weave and show up in different places. Might need a few places. We're going to have plenty of factory places. I can tell you that right now. I'm going to put in a lot of the ones on the map that are the tier 2 ones, and you can decide if you want to use them or sell them, right? Or not the tier 2, the regular factories right now. Though all the new ones. We've got a lot of new ones to do, so it takes a lot to fill up this map, as you can see. But there's a lot more space because, believe it or not, on a lot of these factories, they're smaller than what we used to have back then. I mean, I could put 3 factories the size of our Crystal Steel factory in the area where the old Crystal Steel factory was. Now the thing I'm curious though is we're gonna have, I didn't even see it. So we changed this around, but that's all. It's all there. It's just different looking. The stone crusher. So we got to get the bridges in. I'm gonna get these roads. That's what I got to get. We're gonna need a big new span bridge for here and for there to cross over the bays. But over here, we also have a third one. So these are all Green Thumb's jobs. It could be the same bridge. We don't necessarily need
nice.
2 different ones. But then we come back, and Billy said that we have this whole thing as well that's coming back in. Oh, did I remove the brick? I don't know. But I got to restore. We're going to put a new silo system in, rather than having the 4. My thought was, as you're coming down underneath the pipe, you could drain it right from there, or who knows what we decide on. But then we have the mining area. Thank you so much there, Killer Bird, for the resub. So we got lots of stuff to do. Everything is exactly the same as that. Is it really? Cool. So I should be able to drop it right in. That's pretty neat. We will have definitely some room. And then truffle pigs. We're going to have to redo the pigs someday. We're going to put a forest in. We have National Gypsum, the glue and drywall factories. Uh, they're the early ones. They're in this map as well. And then we have some factories like Pepsi and Hops and Props, but we don't know about that yet. I have to look into that. That's the old concrete factory right there. The real old one. Are you bringing this one back, or are you going to the... I think you're putting the new one in, right? Yeah. It's a lot of work. I don't want to make a ton of work. I want to get playing. So, what was this over here? Oh, that was just another extra farm as well with big silos. The 22 one, yeah. That'll drop right in there for sure. And we've got to get the Home Depot and other sell points as well. That's another thing. There's no sense of leaving behind some of the really good sell points. GPC was sell point before. It'll be replaced with a new one, a new sell point. Probably don't we have the warehouse or something in there as a sell point? Oh, you guys like the warehouse. You can buy stuff at it. Yeah, I'm sure it is a headache. But I'll have to get a new sell point in there. And the flour factory was there. One of these, that was the flour. This was the sugar, I think. Or potatoes. Sugar beet, maybe. And then it comes to the waterfront. The waterfront, I'm okay with changing pretty much drastically because this is dated. So we'll rebuild some new roads in and put some new stuff in. I might be able to grab some out of the other map, but who knows? We could put those big light up buildings that we didn't use last year that we have from the year before. Remember the ones that light up at night right along the waterfront? Ooh. And mix in some of the new ones from the Asian map that have the billboards flashing on there. Can you have a KFC? Why? We had one. The models on that was very dated too. Was there in this map KFC? We had Dancing Donuts. We had a McDonald's and an Applebee's. The Applebee's is really poor. We had the bank and some buildings. And a fountain with cannons. I did like this building right there. It was pretty cool. We had the cathedral. Remember the graveyard? That was classic right there. Anybody remember how that worked? I'm putting you to the test. There's so many cool things in this map. There really were.
I heard you talking about it. I never played the map, but
So what happened was with the Universal Process Kit, for every, I don't know how many hours it was set to, but I could probably check. For every so many hours, it gave you hour points. Let's see what the processor. This is every so long you played, it gave you. It made points. Hour points. You got 1 per hour, and it was one. Yeah, so you got 1 point per hour is what it was making. Let me see. That was where you got an inheritance. So every now and then somebody would die. This is the main processor. So the longer you played, like every 25 hours of gameplay or something like that, a person would die. 250 hours of gameplay and a person would die in your game. I think that's what it was. The recipe 250 spend points, so it's 250 hours. And then when the person died, you would get an inheritance of so much money. It was actually random up to $250,000, depending on
Wow.
how wealthy your person. So it was like if you put 250 hours in, and then one of the gravestones would come up, and it was pretty complicated. But then a tombstone would show up in the cemetery, and the cemetery starts relatively empty, but a gravestone would pop in every so many hours. How morbid,
Mm.
but cool. It was morbid, but it was really cool. It was a
Yeah,
it
that
was like
sounds
a
cool.
it was like a time played clock. The longer you were in, the cemetery would fill up. The cemetery filled up every time somebody died. It was 20. Yeah, you would get a certain little chunk of money from their inheritance, they would will it to you.
So for 25, you need to make a grave. You got a grave marker
So
factory, and you have to deliver the marker there to get your money in your
there's
hands.
there's hope. You know why there's hope? Because I have to check, but there is something being created from nothing on the map. I just don't know if we can use it. Maps US
You'd have to
cement
bring the mortuary back too.
the
Then
the whatchamacallit, what is that, the dredge. The dredge boat is creating that pile from nothing. We
right.
haven't really looked at it, but spawn area stone, it does just liters per hour. Um, See, it's a heap spawner. I wish it doesn't require anything, it just spawns a heap. The thing is, I wish that we could have like spawn a pallet instead of a heap, or just have a fill type from nothing. But apparently, fill type stone liters per hour, 2,000, and yeah, I wanted something that, because you could do a timed thing, you know, on this map where every so many hours a dead person would appear in the cemetery, but we need to have something that doesn't require anything to run. I don't know if you could change that to a pallet trigger, because it's all a heap spawner. It's a whole group. It wouldn't work with a pallet trigger in there. You might be able to. Yes, I don't think it would. A heap of bodies. We could do a pile. No,
Oh, really?
no,
Ooh.
no,
No.
no. Sorry. There's only so much more morbidness I can take. We do have plenty of things we can add in there if we want, but not a heap of bodies.
The heap
They'd
of
have to
bodies to
be
get the mortuary.
The bodies would have to be shredded into the the bodies would have to go in as
Cremate them?
a, well, they'd have to be part of, like dirt or gravel. Ashes. They'd have to be.
Ashes.
We can,
Cremated into ashes.
we can cremate them. Make a thing called ashes. Then you have to bring them and get an urn. We'll have an urn making shop. This was really going out there. Then we'd take the urn, fill it with ashes, bring it to the cemetery as a fill type, and that once you have the urn as a fill type in there, it will make the tombstone appear, and then
Give you your inheritance.
give you your inheritance. We figured out how to do it. So we gotta wait. How do we get the person to die, though? Oh, that's
wood
right.
chipper?
The
No,
ashes.
no,
The
not a
ashes.
wood chipper.
The ashes come out of the crematory. That's right. And that's actually like a dredge, but it's just piling up we put the morgue. We'll just take all the bodies out, and we'll put because we do have the morgue, by the way, if you haven't noticed.
Put a furnace in there instead.
And we just have a pile of ashes, like a little chute coming out, piling up the ashes, and you have to scoop them up and stick them in urns. Yeah. Then we have to decide what the spawn. So then we say, see, then we can use this script. Then we have a spawn area stone, but it will be ashes and liters per hour. Say we gave you 100 liters per hour, then once you have 100 liters, say you got 1,000 liters, that's 10 hours. So every 10 hours you could fill an urn up with 1,000 liters and stick it in the cemetery to get. Oh, it would work, sadly, but I don't get your hopes up, folks. Maybe we'll make just a creepy map someday. Let's see. I think we will. All right, we've got this road that came down the hill and runs into the field.
Kind of
Normally
like
I have
when you were breeding the humans in the animal
yeah.
pen, right?
Grandpa gotta go sometime. So poor good
I
people.
was thinking some of the hired workers could go too.
The museum that needs to be redone, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt. Oh, Wolfie's Pizza goes down here this time. We need a pizza shop. Although maybe not for the first version. So this road came down to that field, and then there was, what the heck was this train? Crap, there were 4 trains in this map? I remember it now. Aw, man. There was another train in here. You guys didn't tell me about that one. Remember, this was the one that sold off at the... Over here. It was a sell point. You drop stuff in the trigger, hit it, and it would take it all the way off the map over here. The question is, if I put that train in, we can't, there's nowhere for it to go, so it has to kind of go, just be a one and done type of train. You know, go off and then come back. Unless, Decisions. Halloween edition, yeah. Hey, Dave, there's another train on the map. Thanks, Bravo. I was thinking, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll put that one in, but we got to put the road in anyway. So the road comes down to the field, takes a left, goes that way. That way. We're going to put this road. I'm starting here so I know I have the clearance for the road on the waterfront. That's why I started here. Want to make sure that we can get past that little area. But we need to get the roads in. And then, if I put the train, it would be on this side. But I was thinking about that train bridge, possibly putting it through here. It is several years later, 10 years later, we can make modifications. Or maybe leaving this train off completely and just using the road system. What do you guys? You guys have any ideas? Any thoughts? What would you like to see? No train. We're going to have so much. Or just restore it the way it was. See, if I put the train track down here, there's no combining the fields together on either side. You know what I mean? Or no removing it.
Whatever keeps you on track.
Do we keep the train out so you have more flexibility with what to do with the land? All the trains, no trains.
Whatever keeps you on track, Dave.
I need help. I'm leaning toward no train.
Okay, then put it in. Put the train in.
I'm leaning toward no train here because that we can still put sell points down there, but we won't have the train in the way if people want to alter the terrain, you know? You'll be able to
Train.
you'll be able to make no train here. There's already trains, but the other ones are close to the edge of the map, so they're
The
not going to be
train
too big of an
terrain.
issue. This one I think is going to be staying off though.
Do you want trains or just terrain?
I want trains on my terrain. Train, go away. Come back another day.
I mean, you missed my pun about the stay on track. But...
I heard it. It just wasn't that funny.
Oh.
We hear all your
Okay.
puns. Don't worry.
All right.
Didn't mean to derail me, right?
Yeah.
Oh
All aboard.
boy. Oh boy. What are we gonna do with Mr. Pun over here? You know how people love playing field matchmaker and putting them together? Yes, they do. They like to make them bigger fields, especially on my maps. For some reason, people love to combine those fields. See, if I put a train here, there would be no combining these two fields together if you wanted to. Nothing combining these or it would mess everything up. So we'll just put the road in. People like to design their own thing. We want them to
We
be
do.
able to do it.
We do. We like designing.
Design on a dime.
Runway for the plane, I think.
That's
We didn't-
right. We need planes.
Ah, trains, planes, and automobiles?
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, that's a
agree. I
runway.
loved having the planes. But,
That'd be awesome to have a runway right there.
oh, we could put a runway in.
I'm
There's
kidding.
enough
I
room.
don't know. It reminds me too much of my.
Actually, that is actually coming back in Fences V2 map.
Fences V2. Oh, oh.
We had runways in Fences. The remastered, that's my next map. Fences remastered. I might no, it's a possibility to be honest with you. Depending on how well this one goes, we might
That'd be cool. I never
remaster.
played it.
We might do some of the remaster Fences next, and then do, just to. We might stick with 25 being remastered, the remastered series.
I keep hearing about these old maps, but never played them.
I didn't play Fences. Yeah.
So I would love to see it.
PV Fences was version 2, county remastered.
That's too soon.
That'll be in 29,
no.
10 years after 19.
See, the problem with that is it's a 16x, and right now we're doing 4x's because I honestly don't think the 16x will be able. I don't think anybody's going to be able to run a map 16x with all the stuff that we're going to want to put in it.
At least not well, and be
Not
very
well,
few people.
but you got a base map out there, NBC 16x. Everybody's loving it, which is great. I think it's fine.
Well.
But if that map had extra crops and orchards and all the 120 factory buildings, it ain't gonna run. I'm just letting you know that ahead of time. I don't care whose computer you have. It probably isn't gonna be able to do it. So a county style map,
That'll be for the next version of Farm Sim.
it might, but it's not ready for it yet. They're gonna have to do some more optimizations and stuff. Heck, it's hard enough to not get the editor to crash every 5 seconds. I've crashed the editor probably 30 times today just bringing in buildings. I would love it, but if I could do a 16x, I already know what I want to do, and it would be a whole new thing. So we'll wait on that. We'll see how well the 4x performs, and I want to play too. Well, we got 3 years. We're talking 3 years of content to make. We make a map in a few months. We play it. We'll keep tweaking the heck out of this one.
Yeah.
This time though, also, you got to remember this time period right now is the hardest time to develop because we don't have the revamp script. We don't have any of
Sure.
we don't even have an animal trigger, for a butcher shop yet. We don't have a lot of things. So like I said originally, I want to get this map so we could play it like we're playing some of the other maps but with nicer fields. And then we'll have a couple extra products, but that's really not my super concern. Right now I just want to play it. So if I'm going to throw down in-game factories for now, and the next version of this 6 months from now, or whenever that we have time to work on and wait for the new stuff to come out, that we can always work on a separate version of this later on when we start getting more of the good stuff out there.
The good stuff.
The
Yeah.
good stuff. Grass, limit to texture, dirt, and gravel. We don't want to go into the fields, but I want to be able to paint right between these two. All right. This field here is not marked off yet. I got to do that underneath. First we look and we see, is it perfectly square? No, it isn't, because there's a little jut out there. All right. So I have to restore the field from the old points. Field 40. I'm getting good at this, though. 40 right here. We have the polygon points for 40. Point 1 is right there. The next point 2 is right there. So what we're going to do is, from this point, we're going to copy that coordinate and paste it in here. Then we're going to copy this coordinate here, go to point 3, and paste it in here. Then we copy the top one again and come to point 4 and paste it in here. Then we take the bottom one again and go over to point 1 and paste it in there. And now we have a perfectly square field. See, I'm getting so good at that now. How are these guys doing? This one needs to be done too, so we'll go to 39 and grab the polygon points. Point 1, top number, copy, paste it here. Bottom number, copy, paste it here. Top number, copy, paste it into here. And then bottom number, copy it and paste it back into this one right there. And then when we repaint that, that'll be perfectly square. We might as well do them all on this side so we can get it painted up. I think that one looks pretty good. I don't see any jagged edge on this one at all. So 38 looks good. Oh, it has bumps in it though. Almost missed those. Little bit of bumpiness. I gotta put a dairy in this map too. There we go. Get those little bumps out of there. Alright, so that field looks pretty good. That one was done. This one, I think we just did 39, right? Yep. So let's work on those. Once I have those, all the points squared up, we need to do a script run. I go back to the map, farmland fields, toolkit, and just to show you guys, you see how the edge is still jaggy right there? What we need to do is clear all fields on the map, and because I reset the points, we're going to redraw the fields once it clears. The mining spots, to see how it's done? Yeah, the mining is going to be interesting. I'm not even sure how it's going to be done. Thank you so much, Bravo Chick, for the $20 donation. Uh, wow. So then once I clear them, I just click the repaint all fields. Thank you very much. And you can see that it's a perfect straight line now because we fixed it. And now that that's done on all those 3 fields, my next step in my process is we're going to go to the texture. But before we go too far, let's save, because when you're switching between modes, sometimes things get all screwed up and it'll crash. And I've done so many things over today. It's not fun. The mining spots I am going to do differently, that mine area. I'll tell you that right now. I got to import the breakable rock. Maybe we should bring in a breakable rock from the US map and see how they're done and reposition. And I got to get those in. Wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Exporting. Come on. You can do it. Sometimes it takes a long time. Other times it's almost instant. I'm surprised it's taking... There it goes. Now it's done. I was surprised it took so long. No, so next thing I'm going to do is we're going to take off the enable limit to. We're going to switch over to mud. I want to put a layer of mud underneath the field. What I try to do is get it in the corner just till I see it. Holy moly, Don B here. Thank you so much.
Almost forgot.
It's friendship fee time, huh?
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. And then we come up here and we do these corners as well. And I paint the corners in on each of the fields like so, just so I can see it pop out. You can see it, just the mud just on the edge. That's one of them. We got to do the same thing over here. And I just want to get the 4 corners. Then I'm going to erase the fields and paint them in. It goes a lot easier when I don't have the texture in the way. That will be all right there. We're going to put that mud. Did I get there? And corner 4. Holy moly, somebody
I
just
forgot
subbed.
also.
It was Green Thumb. Thank you so much. Everybody's remembering today. All right, those 2 and this one up here we're going to get painted in as well. So grab our little corners just so we can see the mud. It gives me I got a bad texture in there. Actually, it's not a bad texture, but it's left over. So basically, we can get several of the factories in here, but I'm not really too concerned about the new stuff. We'll get some of it in. As long as Billy stays busy, we'll get some of them in this version. All right. If he doesn't, then we'll just go with what we have. So once I got those corners, I go right back, and we're gonna go back to my scripts, map, farmland fields, the field toolkit. We're going to clear the whole map of fields again. I do this over and over. I do not like using the repaint polygon points or align the polygon points to terrain is fine, but some of them screw things up if you're not careful. Like clear fields works fine, but clear fruits, that could mess up, if you pre-painted fruits. The biggest one I avoid like the plague is repaint fields to farmland. Because if I do that, all those farmlands I've been painting in get completely screwed up on the map. to include the and each field gets a separate farmland, and the property that's left over is on the outside. So I'm avoiding. I don't want to make that mistake. But we're gonna just go here now and do the edges. Now we can see the corners. Make the corners meet up with each other. We'll see how straight I was. There we go. And the whole reason why I'm putting, well, I don't know. I'm painting mud underneath. I never did any testing, but I was kind of curious if you like had stone or asphalt underneath, would it make a difference in your how far you sink into the field when you're plowing, you know? I don't know. I don't think it would. They've had to account for that. But I took off too much. Whoops, wrong. Now I took off way too much. All right, down to there. I think this one's a little bit longer because it all matters how much I overlapped the field. There is a little bit of a strip of mud. I'd rather have mud on the outside of the field than grass on the inside of the field, if you know what I mean. Because when you get grass on the inside of the field, sometimes it doesn't harvest correctly. What is going on right there? It looks, you notice, see that little bit of a like defect in there in the terrain? It's probably just a non-smooth place, but we'll save. Whoops, didn't mean to open you up. Close this down, and we'll get the smooth tool out for a minute. That's another reason why I take the fields, to see if there's any defects underneath them. Sometimes with the mud and the shine, it's very easy to pick out a little ripple like that, you know? See how I noticed that tiny little ripple in the field because of the shine on the mud was uneven. All right. Then we'll come down and paint this one. That road goes all the way to the... Yeah, that's a long road. Technically, you don't really have to paint underneath them. But you have to paint around them, right? You want grass around them. You could go and paint the whole thing, but the reason why I use to paint these is very simple, and we'll show you why in a minute. If you haven't done it yourself before, or you're thinking about why would he do that?
I haven't done that.
You should, you know. Why?
I probably should.
You might be saying to yourself, now if you don't have to paint them, why is he painting them? That's a good question. Because it just draws the fields anyway, so why am I taking all the trouble to go through here and paint underneath this crazy field if I don't need to?
Exactly.
I'm probably just being stupid.
Well, I wasn't going to go there.
But actually, no. I'm actually being so intelligent that...
Is it like plowing a plowed field?
It's like, I don't know. Not really, I suppose.
For the bonus?
In what sense? So, there's... Once we have these in and they're painted, you see, the whole reason behind that is
Uh-huh.
that I can come over here now and I could select grass right
Okay.
here as my, and then I can limit it to the texture dirt and gravel. And I can go
Oh.
like this and I don't have to do anything,
Oh,
and it
wow.
keeps, and when I paint the foliage layer on the map, I all I gotta
Oh.
do is go to foliage paint, meadow harvest ready, and limit it to the texture grass, and I don't have to worry about grass getting in my fields and all the time it takes. You see how easy it is
Wow.
to paint around the field? So
You're smart with it.
if the fields
What if I
turn,
want grass in my field?
well, then you can paint grass in your field by going limit to texture mud.
Mm.
There's a method to this.
But now we can come over here and do the scripts, shared scripts, map, farm fields, field toolkit, and repaint the fields. All fields.
Wow.
Ta-da! And look, now that we have our fields back, there's no grass in them because I did the mud underneath. I can't paint grass in there, and it makes so you're only doing one small part and saving yourself a lot of extra steps basically. Now I'm not going
Oh,
to go
wow.
too far this way because we're going to have buildings in over here eventually. But now that I have all that underneath, we can easily get my grass in. Mucho grass. Limiting it to just the texture, dirt, and gravel. Um, when we get here, we could start 0 to 15. That tends to keep you from going in the water, so it's only planing the really flat part around the beach. As you can see, it's keeping it on top. Um, maximum slope of 15 degrees. Otherwise, it won't paint it. So we can come back here later and paint this in any parking lots and stuff. I'm just going to go around real quick, get the grass in. I've learned shortcuts for doing some of the hardest things that are a pain in the butt, but they've also come up with a lot of new techniques, new things to help us over the years as well to do these
Well,
types of things.
minimizing the pain is important.
Minimize it. Remember how I used to paint grass? I think it was back on county. It took like 3 weeks just to paint the grass in because we
I
didn't have.
remember people helping you paint
Yep,
grass.
we didn't have these tools like we did, like we do now when we were doing PV County. So we couldn't just zip through and get grass in like this, which we had to go around every single field multiple times, all the edges, and then you would miss spots on the map and have bald spots, a lot more bald spots where there wouldn't be grass that should have been there. That's still possible to do with this method, but not as likely. So we're gonna come over here. We get some grass over here. Whoops. Well, that's gonna change anyway, eventually. Right down to the road. See, we can even do right up to this road. Isn't that nice? So that spot there is a little bit steep, so it left it off. Now we have the grass painted and we got these steep areas. We can reverse this. Instead of 0 to 15, we can do 15 to 90 degrees, which would be straight up, and we can choose another texture, and I can do it in I've been using the mountain rock right now, or I'm wondering if because around the water. I've been using the forest, not forest rock, mountain rock, but I could use. I'm trying to think. Moss pebbles, moss rocks? No. I don't like that repeating pattern. That's awful. sometimes patterns are awful. We're going back to the mountain rock. We'll just do it. Uh-oh, undo the last step there. Now we'll go mountain rock. Joop. Yeah, looks better with mountain rock. See, we can do the edges of the water really quick as well in the rock texture, which blends in. I'm still not 100% sure this is going to be the mountain rock texture. I'm going to try to use my other texture that I had from... I actually liked the way it came out back then. I'm just going around the edges. I'm going crazy. I'm painting like crazy. Some of these edges will be concrete. All right. We can do this little spot there. And along the border looks good. This right here is because I'm limiting to texture, and there's a little bit of an odd texture in there. So we have to actually do that in grass. Control R to pick grass, remove that to get... Why is it not doing that? What is up? Is that a decal somehow? Texture grass. No limit. Oh, I don't have... I do that sometimes. I forget that I have a setting there. Now it's... Oops, undo it. Let's get a little bit smaller. I had it still on 15 to 90 degrees, which is not good. There we go. All better. That's just an age thing. A forgetfulness age thing. Dave, is add new materials to map different from FS22? I'm using, so far I've only used the in-game materials. I'm going to show you, personally, I don't feel like that looks like a very mountainous rock. It looks like...
No.
It looks okay, but it's not looking like a... It's more like a... more like a pebbles when it gets to the flat area, you know? It's just very repetitive. So...
I agree. Yeah.
Going back to here, back to 2015, I think that texture, I don't know. It looks...
it's kind of stretchy.
Do you think it's well, it's stretchy. That's what gives it the more mountainous. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll look clearer. And
I'm going to try it probably
25.
and decide if I like it, but I'm not concerned. I think it looked better in areas like that compared
maybe
to...
mixing it up with that one. Yeah.
It wouldn't... Compared to... So if we're looking at the board... Well, I don't know. I guess it looks pretty good. Not too bad close up.
Well, you want the resolution. Yeah,
That
you want...
or that? Which one do you guys like the looks of better on the slope? That one?
The first one.
This is the old one or the new one? I can't even tell which one's which anymore up that close.
The first one is the one I like better.
The new one?
The first one that you just showed. You said that or that. I like the first.
All right. So this one here, we'll call this... This is the revisited one, or remastered one, or do you like it? This one here, which is the old one.
Paul says the PV Rivers one.
So, the remastered. You like the remastered
one better, personally.
Okay. It does look...
Paul, but gamer Paul though.
Well, everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's is gonna be is gonna be heard. That's why we ask questions. Just make it green. Problem solved.
Right. Green.
We paint good. Green hills.
Green grass of home.
Green acres is the place for me. Fine living. I don't know what the heck. We get the tops of these painted in.
Where's Sam? Is he at the market?
Sam
down at the market. Yeah,
he's down
at Green Acres.
He's down at Sam's Club.
The guy that owned the.
Oddly enough, I'm trying to keep a lot of these borders even close to what they were, just so it, you know, got to keep it looking like the old map a little bit here. A little bit. Just get that border a little bit better. There's a lot of flat spots on that old border. Uh-oh. I did it. I did it, folks. Oh, I thought I crashed. No, I didn't. Whew. I do see a alien pothole over
You better
here.
save before you do crash.
We'll save once I get around the whole border. We're almost there.
Okay.
We're almost there. I just got to get to the water right here.
Yep. Almost there. That's what they say.
And then I got to fix this little pothole right there. We'll save now. I got a few. You can see it's a little bit rough down here.
It's always one more pothole.
Somebody's hitting the fishing. Woohoo. Is it saved? Nope, it's still working on it. Exporting. So let's see. What else do we have? I could do so many different things. I can never decide what I want to work on. I'm just painting. Painting is when you don't want to think, you just paint. It's been a long day. So we're just painting. And smoothing.
Mm-hmm.
There, get that out of there. Get that little...
Waiting for the plumber will do for you.
Oh, it was a long wait, too. I almost wet my pants. I was thinking, is there a nearby soda bottle? That's all. It was working.
Oh, you got a tree outside?
Well, it's cold outside, and there's lots of snow on the ground.
Well, I guess.
All right, that one will have to be repainted eventually when we get down there. So that road comes across. Was there, I think, a road coming through here? I would almost think there probably is, and I probably have to take the grass out I already painted. Let's see. Back over here. We have a road going up right past that point of the lake. Yes, we do. I made a boo-boo because I made it so that I painted the grass in there. But no, we want to put a road right up through here. Won't be too hard to repaint it. All right. So if it comes past the point of the lake, and then it goes up and pretty much connects to a road that runs all along. This is kind of a wild and crazy road that runs just off of the hill, but all the way over. All right, let's try and see what we got over here. So we do have a road that goes all the way through that direction. I'm gonna have to... Doesn't have a lot of room over here though this time. On that, with that field there. Houston, we may have a problem. It goes all the way through along this border. Nice thin one. I'm going to take away some grass right here. Okay. So, I've learned some things this time around. We can select the texture, Control R. That's the one we're going to use. I'm going to go down in size to about a 4 for this road, I think. Can we get it down to... Because we want to do a pretty narrow road, like a one-laner. I'm going to put it on round. Now what I did learn though, as we're doing this, make sure that the limits are not turned on. Texture layer, concrete pebbles, no limit enabled. It is very easy for me to make a nicer shaped road, odd shaped road, but a smoother one if I'm pulling it towards me or pushing it away from me. So you get a nicer connection. If I was to try to do that from over here and paint a road, it that's what it ends up being because you got to roll the mouse sideways, and you see the difference. That's why we paint pulling or pushing, for me anyway, away from me. It's actually the easiest way for me to do it is to pull it straight toward me. You get a much cleaner line for the road, and then I can fill in the little spots. Didn't mean to click there. But yeah, getting it the way you want it, kinda. So you gotta figure out what works for you. We're gonna come right, but this is an odd shaped road. And it's doing pretty good. Nice narrow. Now they were dirt last time, but the fact of the matter is, we want traffic to be able to drive on the roads. And I mean, the mud that doesn't let you drive on the roads. So we got a better chance with the stony gravel stuff of it being able to find a path, basically. So that's why we're using this time around. And right up to, and it bent right, yeah, we just got to connect it to the road that's coming down somewhere up there. It don't have to be exact. It has to be close. We'll come right through here. I'm leaving room so we can put some trees back on that side as well, like we did before. There's the road coming down. That one is gonna stay mud, I think. Till a certain, I don't know. Let's see. Control R. It comes down. I'm not really getting too far in because this is where the concrete plant will be. We're just going to get this close by and we'll figure it out when we get the concrete. We're probably going to end up deleting a lot of the road over here. Or redoing it. So I just wanted to get it in the basic area. We have the strip that's going to come straight up through here now and connect to that one. So anywhere, I'm going to start it right in here. Let's get it back to like a 7 size, I think is the double wide size, is about a 6 or 7. Oh, get down here. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to put it back on square, but I'm going to start it just to make sure again that I can get past the water. We're going to put it right about here in the middle. And then draw that road top to bottom. It's starting to look like a map, isn't it? Little by little. Little by little, we're getting there. Oh, I went out of the lines. anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. The funniest part about this is I feel like I get more questions when I'm in somebody else. Like, boom, people are asking. I was falling asleep. People are asking, boom, if I'm around. So they have map making questions. They never ask them during my show, but they're asking them on other people's shows all the time.
Is Dave here?
Now,
No.
no, he's done. Oh, I had a map making question for him. You know how many times I hear that, but yet you guys have
Yeah.
no questions when I'm actually streaming. uh, but feel free.
Tell overtime sell points.
And if you're watching this back on YouTube, uh, feel free to ask your questions in the comments section below, and I might answer them.
You got 2 questions right now.
Okay. Will there be sell over time sell points? Currently not available. There is no existing way to do it, unfortunately. And those are the types of things I wish that Giants would just add, more, a little bit of code. I could have. And what's the story behind the beginning of the factories? What do you mean behind the beginning of the factories?
Like maybe when you started doing
Like when
it.
I first started doing them?
What are the winning lottery numbers?
I don't know the winning lottery numbers.
Where's Billy? Is Billy here?
Billy is around here somewhere.
Is
The
NBC
weather
here?
like tomorrow is probably cold and snowy like it today. As far as the factories, we just it was an idea I had
Why
way
it's
back
even
in
started.
2013. Why it's even started, it was not anything included in the game. It was just an idea that I had back in 2013 to do something, and basically Marhu's script for the animal barns, so they could produce stuff, was released, and I realized, hey, it doesn't have to be used just for animal barns. We can use it to produce things. And then so we started making factories that produce stuff with the products that you had. Back then I was just like, well, got tired of just selling the grain all the time. I wanted to manufacture the products. Then when we got into buildable factories, it was to use up some of the products. I don't know. Going back to 2013, it just seemed like the right thing to do, in 2013. It seemed like the right thing to do. I always have him about 3 jobs in his queue. As soon as I get something, he's got. Oh, I think there's probably 10 in his queue. I haven't looked at the folder today. I do have it bookmarked, Billy, though. Let's see. What is in the folder? Where'd it go? Oh, it's not on that browser. It's on my other browser. Here, we'll go. Wait a minute. Where'd my bookmark go? There, I found it. We've got the processing station. Ooh, the crusher, the rock production, and shell fuel. I don't have the seed maker or the fertilizer maker, the pallet factory, the charcoal factory. So he's got at least 4 that I don't see there yet. I think that's good. He's working at the pallet factory XML. We'll keep him busy. Billy will never run out of work. The other guys, I don't know. I haven't even seen my first bridge yet, but that's okay. I've seen a non-working model. And my boats, they're not in there yet either. They're afraid to give me back the projects they're working on because they know they'll just get another one. But by the way, this map is not by me. I'm not doing this map. Myself, Billy Alpaca, Green Thumb Farmer, Reliant Rob. This one's more of a community project. Shy Wizard than 99% of them. Keep those guys. Remember, they're working on this map too. I just call the shots. They do the work. I just call the shots and paint the landscape and put the pieces together. But without those guys, we wouldn't have a lot of pieces. That's for sure. So make sure you give them some follows and give them some love. And give them some donations so they keep busy. No. Oh, let's see. Process station is the seed of... Oh, okay. That's the seed and fert. So where's the rock crushing? Oh, is that the big rock crusher? Okay. What's taking so long, Billy? Yeah. If I give you the working model, you would have to build it every time you go in. I don't want to build it every time I go in. I want the one that I can do. Oh, I meant to show you guys. I don't know if I showed you. When you pre-place a build, one that gets destructible, so this might work as well in that you might be able to set a thing. When I pre-place the destructibles into my map, is this mine? Rivers Revisited. Where are they? Yeah. I had to add this constructible state equals old, and that's what made those ones that are destructible set so they're already built. If I didn't put that in there, they would all be set so where you have to build them. So I don't know if there's a way to put constructible state equals and then put the finished state, something for you to try there. Yeah, because you have the same type of thing in those XMLs, I believe, right? You might be able to put the state of it when it starts right in there, like I did for these, like state equals, and then set the state when it's pre-placed. Just a thought. Just a thought. It might be possible. All right, that looks good. Let's go over to this viewpoint here. We have some things. All right, so we where the heck are we? We ran this one up past. So on the other side of the lake. All right, we did branch off of here. We definitely got to come over. There's two bridges over there. Let's see. That's where we are right here. So there's a bridge. Coming off of that road, crossing over the bay. Two straight shots should be okay. 45-degree angle from right up here. We're going to go right across there, and then it's going to cross over this one right through here. This is tough. The reason why this is tough is because we got to try to get a perfect 45-degree angle on a with squares. I don't know if you can paint by spline. Can you? Can you paint by spline? I'm gonna see.
I mean, that's gonna be
Scripts. Map. Terrain. Paint terrain by spline. Maybe, yeah, we can. So if I put this back here and create a spline. Can I put that? I'm gonna try. Hold my beer. We're gonna try something. I'm gonna put a spot right there. We're gonna turn this at 45-degree angle. Okay. You follow what I'm doing here? It's perfect 45. I'm gonna take, oh, see, I can't stretch it. We need to, all right, I got it. We're gonna do this. Go back to 0. Let's make it really long before we stretch it. That way we know it's straight. We're gonna make a real long spline. Start point, end point. It's very, very straight. Yes. Then we're gonna take that and we're gonna unselect so we get the whole thing again. And we're gonna rotate it by 45 degrees and move it into position where we want the road to go across. Right there. That looks like a pretty good angle. The two bridges, one there and one there, maybe a little bit further this way. Would be better if we stayed away from the, yeah, that looks good. So the question is, scripts, map, terrain, paint terrain by spline. Layer ID 40. I don't know what layer ID we're looking at. Site count 4. Let's just do it. Okay, all right. I'm good with that. I am very good with that. We would go to, that looks, because I don't really care what the layer ID is. I just needed to have it be not one of the ones that we're painting, because now I can go and use this tool here. We are going to select, that's forest rock, asphalt dusty, and limit to texture forest rock. And then we can go like this. How about that? Then we'll have to redo the bottom of the water. But at least I know where the road's going. Not too shabby. Let's grab this here. Take off the limitation thing. And just repaint the bottom of the water here. We'll get it back to normal. There's another bridge we need, Green Thumb. Right there. In there. That's the big bridge. It comes over to this way. All right. If that is... Did we have a bridge coming over that mountain? No. Let's go back. So that's that length right there. Works great. We had this road cut over right in between the two bridges. We have a straight line coming off of the bay right here. Da 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 da. Get it about not that big, not that small. That's pretty close. Let's grab this texture. Oh, you have the large one in. Yeah, the cable ones. You can use your wooden bridges or whatever you bent. They don't have to be the same bridges that we have. Whatever you want to use, you might have models already. They don't have to be the same. We just need. I'd like to have buildable bridges there. That's all. You don't have to reinvent it or use that one. It's up to you, but just letting you know. We do have some marks that are a little bit weird over here. I don't know how they got in there. Little grass markings. Didn't quite get... Whoops. Don't go outside the lines. Close up. All right. Make it a little wider. Now that I fixed that,
What's
I'm
going
ruining it
on?
again. How you doing, Flemings?
I just got home.
Just painting my roads. Figuring out where things are going. Good evening, Sally. Boom, ba boom, boom, boom. It's starting to make sense. The whole map is. I may have to. This road is actually one that I'm kind of scared about. There might not be a lot of room when we put the two bridges in there to. But we got. I think we got enough room on both sides. Let's see. I probably should have done this bridge. Let me go up here. We're gonna have another lift bridge over here, so let's grab a lift bridge. Duplicate. Just so I can put it down here. Rotate it at 45 degrees. Should fall right in line with the line. We got some more road pieces to fix. Looking pretty close, a little bit further this way. All right, that looks pretty right on. Let's get rid of the spline. We don't need that anymore. And paint these little dots that it left behind.
Did a raid?
Did I get a raid? Oh, Brew Crew with a party of 2. I didn't get it here. Are they buildable bridges? They're going to be, yes. These are going to be buildables. So, but right now they currently are not. But yeah, I wanted to just make sure that we can get that so the next bridge can start anywhere here. Anywhere in here, actually. We could actually have done another lift bridge, but we didn't have a lift there. We had it done with a very large stretch through here, which is interesting enough that we put that big of a bridge when we really don't need one. It could have been really short. But I don't know. I kind of like having, we brought it and then we had to build this bridge. It had to be built back then too. There was the build spot on that side. Yes, indeed. And from there, oh yeah, lots of fun. Oh yeah, I think I'm thinking of possibly just doing the double lift bridges right there. Um, the reason why, yeah, I think so. If it'll save you time, we could put a third one. I'm just gonna have to do a replace all when you get it done. Control D. Take that and just put a. I'm pretty sure we can just put another one of these right here. Very easily. Kind of leaves us a little room down there for whatever we want to do. Let's see how that looks. We can do it that way this time. Absolutely. Double bridge. Double whammy. Okay. I like. I do like it. Now the question I have is, where am I gonna, I should have kept that spline. Create spline. Let's make a really long one. So I would say that should be. Then we're going to turn it by 45 degrees. Minus 45. I wanted to see where. Da, da, da. Where we would have to put this to make it ends meet. It wasn't done at 45, was it, that angle? It was less. Da, da, da. I'm looking for where I'm lost. I'm lost. Where am I? Right here. Oh, it was, well, it was a 45-degree angle, I think. Right through there. It got pretty close to the water, but it, oh, okay. Let's see. It did get pretty close to the water. Coming out this way. Scripts. Bum, 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 bum. Map. Da, 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 da. Terrain. Paint terrain by spline. Paint. Close. I like it. Back, and then we'll go back to here. Limit to texture forest rock. And paint it over. And then we'll fix that little corner there. That's about as straight. And then there's always these little, oh, we got grass in there. There's always those little dots too there. in the texture that I got to get out. And that that's funny. It didn't do a great job like it did the last time. You see how it went off the sides a little bit? But we can probably get that to work. I want to get this texture, get the limit off, fill these little spots in, and man. Try to straighten up my road mess. Turn it 180. We're good. Yeah, I think I think we'll be all right. We're going to take off a little bit on this side, like so. It was very close. Actually, I didn't do this side right all the way up. Trim this side, paint the other side. That looks better. I'm ready to play, but the map isn't. That comment was for that second bridge as the build trigger is on the main. Oh, it has to be spun around? I gotcha. I didn't even notice. I wasn't... To be honest with you, they're not going to stay there anyway. We got to get the one that builds. When I get the buildable ones, we'll take care of that. I was just doing it for spacing. Yeah, hours of fun. I'm certainly looking forward to getting to that point, but that's why I'm working day in and day out. Because once I start a map and I get it to a certain point, it's like I don't want to play it the other one anymore. I want to play on my own. And I'm at that point right now. It's hard. I'd like to play, but I want to just get on this one. Wouldn't it be a nice Christmas present? I got to work my butt off to make that happen. Get the Christmas release. You don't have a clue. Oh my gosh, the work that has to be done still. But we're making good progress, but I gotta work the trains in. We gotta still do there's like a ton of little things. The terrain actually, this part is the mine is probably gonna be the hardest, the longest thing, to be honest with you. The mine. Oh, come on. It doesn't fit. I'm going to do it this way. grass. And then come back and paint. Oh, of course, mess it up right away. Do 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 do. The mine. That's gonna be the hard part. That looks pretty good. I'll say I'll pass it. I'll pass it. Now, if that was going there, the other one came straight through, I believe. Straight through, and we had the lot. Well, you know, we're going to be redoing it. We're not having the train this time, this train, but we will definitely be having
I'll be
this
back in a minute.
road. All right, sounds good. We'll definitely be having this road come through. And we will have enough room on both sides of it to put sell points, which is really what that whole area was sell points. So we'll bring in some of the sell points back down in here. I'm pretty sure it was all sell points. Well, I don't think it was any factories. I think it was all just one sell point. That's all it was. A sell point on the train, the whole thing. So we got definitely room to put sell points on both sides of the road that we're putting in here. Now this dead ended. I might change that around. It went right into the parking lot. But I think we can reconnect it somewhere. Not there. I think maybe we'll just bring it across and then square it up over there. And then we'll have two roads to put sell points and stuff on. Whatever we need. We got other factories too. They can come in. This would be a good place to add a couple. For sure. Lots of room. Yeah, we can go around the block. I'm going to stop it right there and bring it this way, because that way we can even put factories on both sides here and here, or whatever we need. There's a lot of space over here we're going to gain. All right, let's get rid of this. We'll put a nice tree in the middle. Okay. I like the way it's coming out. I don't think we got the top road that goes all the way through. Yep. Was there anything? This comes over there's a bridge right here that gets done. So that's that. Was there anything down below field 38 there? Yeah, there was. I kind of figured there was. It was a waterside passage. It just went around right through there on the lower side of the hill. So this one here. We want to leave a little room for what? The pizza place. See, I'm kind of hesitant. The pizza place was in here. And then the water. And then there was a grain mill stuff there. But it doesn't look like it's that flat anymore. I think we have to resculpt the flatness back in. That's what it's looking like. Hey, Winston, how's it going? Dadget Airlines reappearing? Not in this map. It wasn't in here. This is PV Rivers Remastered. There's no place for an airline yet. But I got to do a little bit of extra landscaping here. We got it saved. Let's go and turn on this. That was a very small place for Wolfies. It is. However, it isn't as small as you... I don't know. Wolfies is big. We may have to relocate Wolfies, but as of right now, I'm grabbing and enlarging the spot where it was, so there is more room down here. Up behind Wolfies there was a hill. We could actually cut it back pretty big. See that? See how much extra space we got there? And come across this way. I don't know if it's Wolfie big, but it's bigger. Oh, it's getting deep over here though. Oh, I don't know if I like that. It came down, well... I'm redoing the waterfront a little bit, that's all. Making it useful. Making it great again. Then we'll leave it there. Alright, let's get the smooth tool on. We're coming in. Let's bring this down a little bit so it's not a cliff. But it's up behind the factory. Whatever we put in here, it's going to be up against this wall. Do 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 do. Looks like it never existed, but it's a lot flatter, a lot more room to build. Do you think Wolfies would fit, or is it too big? I'm trying to figure out. I could bring the road down. I'm going to bring the road down the hill and follow the shoreline a little bit, I think. You know, so we can get it right up against the side here if we need to. For the first part, I'll go the shoreline. Then we'll cross it back in up over here to meet up with that. That's the plan. We'll come down. Let's go back to terrain. It's 172 by 104. Probably not going to fit. We might have to move it and replace. We can stick it somewhere else if we have. Actually, you know, Billy, we could put Wolfies probably down in here if we wanted to. There's a lot of, I don't know. We'll see. Also up here, there's going to be extra space too. We'll get it in once we get it ready. We'll get it in. I'm going to do the road. If it doesn't fit here, we'll rip it out. Here, let's do this from here Up through right to there. See how nice and smooth it is when I drag it toward me? I really like doing that way. We're going to come a little bit closer to this side, but let's just bring this down to right over here. We'll put in a straight pass from here. And somebody caught a horsey. Was that Mr. Ed? Oh, it was the pretty horsey. That's right. All right. That might be still too far. We could probably get more room on that side of the road. I was thinking we're going to have the grain mills over here. I think that's bigger space than we had. What you said, 104 by 172? Really? Let's see something. Create primitive plane. Are you sure about that? I'm going to show you something. 172. That's not it. It has to be something different than that. That's Wolf. That would be Wolfies then. I could fit 6 Wolfies in here. If that was the... No, maybe not. Okay, it was way underground. No, is that really? That would be... Yeah, it's not going to fit there. That's for darn sure. If it's that size. Holy moly. That's massive. I don't even know if it'd fit down here. It would fit here. We'd have to take out move the road a little bit, but it would fit there. Wolfie's Pizza. Wow. That would be a massive factory. Wow. We'll leave the lots empty, and you guys can figure out what you want to put there. How's that sound? That sounds like a plan. No? It sounds like a cop-out. Well, it kind of was. Just leave me alone. I can put a factory there for you if it makes you feel better. I'm going to put the morgue down there. Don't worry, I wouldn't leave it empty. I'd plant a bunch of annoying shrubs and trees in the way for you to have to remove first. I'm kind of liking it. We have about 600 things to put in the map still, so I'm sure we could find something nice to fit in there. Probably 5 things. We got a sugar mill, right? Uh, Grain mill that need to come in. I like to put the mills down in the water. Why not? We have actually the sugar factory was and the flour mill were huge in here. That's true. But we did oil, the oil factory. We did canola oil. We our oil factory can go on that waterfront if it fits. There's so many things. Look at me. I almost got it back home. It's a little wide through there, but I've made it the same width as the road coming down. Look at that. We got plenty of room. Now, granted, it wasn't straight through there before, but the old Wolfies had a front and a back parking lot. And the museum goes off on the left side. The vehicle shop goes over in this corner area. That, let's save. Oh. We got to build the vehicle shop here. The museum's going to go here. So let's go and see a man about a vehicle shop. Oh, I think my road is a little bit off there now that I'm looking at it. Exporting. Right here, it looks like it might be in a block, or it could just be a wave in the terrain. There's also a little gray strip there. Okay. Did I miscalibrate? Yep, I did, I think. We gotta go another little piece all the way down, or it'll annoy me. So for the vehicle shop, I'm looking for small. And I'm going to see about the Huntam Pentai one fitting in there. Did I go too far? Because it's smaller than that other one.
Yeah, I was just thinking that might be the one.
It might be the one. I don't care for the American map one, how its spot is so far away.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we can do. There we go. All right. This road, well, it's just grass technically that gets filled in right here. Now we'll save that, and we're going to jump over and rip it right out of the other map. I don't think it's saved separately, but we can check. Scripts. Placeables. Toolkit. Referenced. Placeables. Map. AS. Is there a vehicle shop in here? No. So we're going to have to rip it out. We got a spinnery, sugar mill, temple, oil plant, grape processing, grain flour mill, blah, 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 blah. All right, let's go back one. Placeables. Map US. We got a bakery, a barn, some cement factory, carpenter Cooper is in, dredging boat, farmers market's in, bunch of farmhouses, farm silos, garage, grain elevator, museum, oil plant. We're gonna need one. Boom. I think I found the new home. Well, that's pretty big. Why is the oil plant so big? Here, let's turn this off. I think it... Ooh. Let's go minus 90. I got... You see what I'm looking at? I think we could put that road possibly right down through the middle of this model. Look at that. Let's do scripts. Whoops, no. View. Show. Lights off. That actually fits nicely there. Is that a cop-out? We put the oil mill there instead because the canola oil is being made right here. I think that looks good there along the shoreline. And the spline fits in everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think
that comment's been there for like 15 minutes.
You
missed it.
What one? No, that's
Sounds
too
like a cop out.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw that one. I think I like it. I think that'll work good. I don't know. We're gonna have to put a lot here or some sort because there's a spline here. So this would be painted up a little bit more on this side for sure. Oops, not like that. I don't know what the point of the spline is. Does it make sense to you? Why it's so loopy? I don't see any.
Is there a person walking on it?
What is that spline for? Normally, if it's a spline like
it's not
that,
for a person, is it?
That'd be interesting. Let's see. First off, when you bring in a pre-placed, you got to go to the user attributes and go like so. Get rid of all this extra. Put the dollar in front of the data, and we can open it up. See what kind of spline we got. AI. It's an AI spline.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it looks like it's a delivery spline. He's goes across the triggers right here. Apparently.
Oh.
Although I don't see it. I have no idea how this works. Oil plant. There's obviously a trigger box somewhere right here that I can't seem to highlight for some reason. Is it too low? Is it underground? No. What's going on? Is that a decal? No. There's a drop. There's a production spot right there. I don't see. It's almost like that's the drop-off spot, unless it's on the other side. Nope. It's weird. Is what it is. Yours doesn't do that. It already has the dollar data. Well, you're lucky. Mine doesn't. I always have it putting the path in. It probably has something to do with your path to the game. So if you go into your preferences, do you have the Giants installation path as $data right here? I don't $data. I don't know. I don't know why mine is. Or how is I mean, that just points to my installation path. That's what it gives me when I bring them in. Scripting. Additional include directories. C program Giants Editor 10.03 scripts. Editor script directories. Dump. Shortcuts. Viewport. General. I don't know. Custom primitives path. I would think that it has to be picking up on the game installation path.
Well, he's just a step ahead then.
Just the regular path. Then I don't know why yours imports with $data and mine doesn't. I have no clue. Okay. Either way, I'm more confused about this. What the heck is that doing? I mean, I'm sure it's gonna work. Let's save this and go in game and see what it does here. Oh, I still got a game running in background. Dun, 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 dun. That's so weird. Why mine always does that other path. Always. Alright, let's jump into the game. I want to see what's going on. With that building. I like the positioning of it. It's just I don't quite get what the heck is going on with the triggers.
Interesting.
Yeah. It is. It is, it is. I think I might know why. I think I know why. I think I know why. Why yours works and mine doesn't. Remember when they released 10.03 and it was up for like 20 minutes and then they took it back down? And then they put it back up? I got it before they took it back down. Before they took it down. You guys got it probably after they put it back up. They probably fixed that and kept the same version number. That would be my guess. I should probably just reinstall it, the 10.3 version. When it's finished, Killer Bird, your guess is as good as mine. You have a question about the Move Placeables mod in the mod hub that I can't test right now. If you use this mod and move a placeable, does it update changes from the XML? Does it update changes from the XML? It probably just changes the position in your placeables file. That's all. I don't think it would change anything else. Probably let you move and puts the new coordinates in. I don't know. I haven't been in it myself. Ooh, it's right there. It's not far from here. Couldn't get nothing to move? Yeah. When it comes to scripts like that, I usually stay away from them. I like that. Okay, it put in the generic loading point for grain there. Oh, it's a generic loading point that was preloaded in with the... Okay, that's making sense. It's a drop-off point for the products. Alright, I'm good with that. Coming right through. We'll expand the road out a little bit on this side, the parking lot on that side. And yeah, that'll work good. That'll work good. We've got our field up here. We've got our water. Let's go down to the double bridge. The double bridge is right past there. It's gonna be pretty cool. We got lots of room along here for some other factories as well. We're gonna put the vehicle shop in. That's what I want to get next. A vehicle shop for right there. Yeah. Didn't? Oh yeah, I can't get to the double bridge because we need the big bridge there. Where was the double one? Not here. It's way down there. I can see it now. Okay. I like it. Alright, let's finish this parking lot up, then we'll go and see about getting a vehicle shop in here. Just wanted to see why it was what was going on. So back over here, we can now, we know that we can expand this lot. We'll bring it over. Right along our shoreline. I still don't know why the heck they'd have the spline going way over there. Oh, unless it's to back it up into here. That could be why they decided. So it backs up into the factory correctly over here on this pickup trigger? Or I don't know. That's where the pallets spawn. So there's a garage door right here too, so we'll bring this right out over here. Back around the back of the building. And there's a door on this side, so we'll give it a little bit of a extra parking spot for the loading. All right. And there's some weird spots in my grass. Weird spots removed. All right. I'm cool with that. vehicle shop. Let's see what we got. You're going to be remaking a 4X forestry map this time? Nice. Oh, you're going to be making a 4X forestry. You know what's funny? I hate the trees in this version. The last thing I want to do is forestry in this version right now. I don't like the equipment they gave you, though. And I haven't got, when they get a Rotney or a Scorpion King, they can do the bigger trees. I'll be happy.
Scorpion. Yeah, they need to score. Somebody needs to. Maybe Winston can do a Scorpion.
Maybe.
You should do a Scorpion, Winston.
I'm sure there's probably something in the works.
I bet you he could. He could. His would be brilliant, though.
Yeah. Let me go to the.
I'm going to try and convert my Scorpion. Good. I hope you can, man. If you can, I definitely want it.
It needs a converted. Let's open up another version of the editor so we could have 3 running at the same time. Plus the game, plus... Do I have the game still running? No, okay. Lurk bait and stream. I'm running out of computer.
Yep.
You want the Rotney? I like either or, to be honest with you. I used to love the Scorpion, and then the Rotney was an okay replacement, but the Komatsu is definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But give me a better one.
The Scorpion is still the OG.
The Hercules, or no, Hannibal. The Hannibal thing is fine. It just goes so darn slow. The cutting process is slower with it. Do. Oh. The memory could not be read. Click OK. I think I did run out of... I might have run out of memory. Trying to open up too many versions of the editor at one time.
You wanted to replace that editor anyway with the fresh copy?
Alright, it just crashed that one. Let's close this.
That way you get the new one, then you'll have dollar data.
Let's try it now. Memory could not be read, it said. The Scorpion is so yesterday. Actually,
you're building... Billy,
make the memory
that 10-year-old map, pal.
Make the memory blue.
Make Scorpions great again.
Make Scorpion sting again.
Exactly. He's converting a 10-year-old map, and he's talking about being so yesterday.
Yeah, you can't.
That's right, Bravo.
I'm with Bravo.
Yes. That settled it. Bravo has said the final word. There is no more to talk about.
Nope. Look at this. Vehicle shop. Vehicle shop props. Oh, yeah, we got to get the props in the shop. Let's grab the whole group. Yeah. That group. I think we could fit that in there. We get the triggers and everything. Okay. Let's take that and go File. Export selection. Over into my map folder, which is desktop. 25 mods. Where are you? Right there. Revisited, placeables. We're just going to put it right here for now. And it's called Shop. S-H-O-P. Save. Ding. Alright. We're going to close that down. Go back over to my map. Which still has the wrong name, but that's okay. I'm not changing it. You know why I don't change it? Because as soon as I do, I gotta close all my XML files out and reload them all back up. Or I'll be writing and they'll all get disconnected. Tested, error-free, and good to go. Pallet Factory, woohoo! Nice. That one's coming in soon too then. We'll have to put it in its place. Nice. Very nice. Let's get a vehicle shop, though. We need a vehicle shop in here. Vehicular shop. I gotta see what space requirements it's gonna be. And if I can get it to import properly. Alright. I will be taking those and moving them all into a single group like I did the Destructibles. Eventually, we group them all together and put them, because I got a ton of them starting to pop up. Alright, over here is where the vehicle shop goes. There is a vehicle shop trigger that's in this gameplay group. It's the vehicle shop group right here. It has the vehicle shop and the spawn places. I don't know if we need those in there after we bring the vehicle shop in. So we're just going to leave them there for a minute. And if we get a duplicate of the spawn triggers or the vehicle shop cell marker there, then we know we got to remove this one. So without further ado, we're going to go to Map Placeables Toolkit. And we'll get this imported from my map, which is right. Wait a minute. Didn't I put it in the... Oh, wait. It's looking... No.
Hello.
I'm going to figure out...
Did you get Timothy?
Timothy? Who's Timothy?
Oh, sorry. I forgot I was muted. I don't know.
We got to import it this way.
Mine.
It's
My
right.
bad.
No, it's okay. This one gets added to the map directly, not as placeable. There it is. Will it fit? We don't need... Yeah, this whole thing is going to go and replace this right here. So edit, replace with this. And replace. Okay. It moves that one up into there. We can pop that out of there. Now the vehicle shop is right... Whoa! It's underwater. That's why. Okay. It's like, why is it so small? Mama Doo coming in with a raid. Thank you so much, Mama Doo. Alright, minus 90 degrees. I think it fits pretty darn good, actually. Right here. Thank you very, very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. What do you guys think? Look at that. It almost like was made for here. Right? It really fits pretty darn good back here. We're going to have to probably put some fence to keep you from going in the water. Also, we need to do a boat launch. So what we're going to do is create another spline. We're going to put that spline right here. We're going to rotate it by 90 degrees. So we have the start and end point in perfectly 90. Let's move the first point right to the edge right there. Then we're going to grab this little dot right here on this end, and we're going to go to the depths of this, but right over here, like so. We got a nice straight line. Pretty good. We're gonna go run the script for map, terrain, set terrain height by spline. I am going to take off the smoothing because the smoothing really always messes me up. And I got to guess at the width of this ramp. I'm guessing that 4, 8, 12. It's probably about 12. I think the maximum you can go is 10. So we'll go to 10 and generate and see what happens. Pray for your... Now the funny thing is, when you do these, there is no undo for this landscaping. You have to restart if you want. Not bad, not too bad. This start node should probably go a little bit this way. I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. We're going to generate it again, see if we can get a straighter edge down into the water. It doesn't look like it's hitting the water depth though, does it? It looks like it's hitting the water surface. Yeah, it's not going underneath the water. We need to get it down here. There we go. Let's try it again. See what happens. That's more like it. Okay. Next, it looks nice and straight. We're going to take it and we're going to try to gauge how far over. We're going to go this way and just do it again. Slide it over. Because back in 15, you could actually spawn the vehicles on the ramp and it worked well, but on a concrete one. But I think it was in 19 that we had problems spawning it on concrete. They would fall through it when they spawned in. So we started going with actual terrain. But we want to have a place where we can launch our boats. And this looks like it's going to work good. Just slide it around until we get the flat spot in there. Look at that. I think it's amazing. We didn't have one of these though back in 15 where you could paint the terrain by spline and get those perfect smooth transitions either. So I'm going to go a little bit further this way just because of the odd shape right there. That looks like a pretty nice little boat launch to me. You'll be able to back in there with a water trailer, fill it up if you need to. There we go. Then we get rid of the spline. And let's go grab ourselves... Let's save. Save before we do anything. Because I've found that this editor crashes the most when you're switching between terrain editing and either foliage or paint mode right in between. I constantly have been getting crashes there, and also when I'm moving buildings around, dragging it by the arrows, I get a lot of crashes as well. So we're going to save just in case. Then we'll get everything lined up perfectly. There, we're ready. All right, let's go to paint mode. And concrete. and square and a little bit bigger. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh, what did I tell you about it? See this? It just did it. Oh, it just crashed the editor. Boy, was I smart to save. Don't ask me why. But the first thing I do after shifting between two modes like that, very often, is when I get a crash. I have no clue. It's a very unstable editor. It really is. It's amazing I got this far. You know what? I'm telling you, if I could have every minute back that I've had to do things over or multiple times, the map would be done in probably 3/4 of the actual time that it takes to make it. I'd probably be able to shave off a couple weeks at the end if for stuff that I have to redo because of crashes. And that's not even an exaggeration. They add up. I think that this morning's job would have been the 4 hours getting that place leveled over there probably would have been more like 3 if I didn't have to redo parts of it multiple times. All right, we're going to paint the wall up here. It's going right over to the garages here. And around back. Might as well just get right back to the all right, let's go across. We're going to go a little bit further out this way because we want a pretty good sized parking lot for this place. Now I gotta be careful with the edge. We're going to probably mess this up a few times, but that's all right. Actually, if I was really smart, which I'm not, I would just come down here and go enable limit to dirt gravel and fill it in. There, that worked much better. We can go right out here. Yeah. Can I get that straight now, right from there? That'll work. I want to go back and see over here. All right, so the road came, yeah, it's just pretty close. The road came in right past over to the other side, to the other bridge, and we were, yeah, I think we're pretty darn good. If we need to, we'll paint more up that way. But it's pretty good. Oh, undo. I want to undo that for a minute. I want to get that turned back off. And see if I can get this edge. It lagged on me. I want to try that again. Right like there. Perfect. That'll work. We're going to come over here and get grass. Limited to texture, dirt, gravel. Fill in over here a little bit. Along the road. We got our bridge going in there. We can fill in the rest of this up here for now with grass. We're going to have another parking lot on this side that's going to be for the museum. And I just crashed it again. Just moving. And I didn't save it. It's not responding. Just from moving around in the editor, I did nothing after that but move. And they got issues, man. They definitely got issues. Oh, I see somebody online that we can raid over to in a couple minutes. Because today's not maybe time to update. Maybe it'll help if I try. I am on 10.3, but it's possible that I have to re-download it because of the... I got it before they took it down and put it back up. Why would they have taken it down unless they had something to fix in it? You know what I'm saying? So I will give that a whirl in a little bit. But let me get this last part finished up here. I haven't heard anything else. I can't even click on my what the heck? I think I really messed up the computer, folks. Nothing's working. Everything's stalled. I wonder if I can raid. My whole file explorer is frozen now. Well, because of that, I think I can actually switch web pages. Whoa. That is not my desktop. Please, no. Put it back in the folders. Thank you. All right.
We're gonna you if need be, or if you can't.
I know what I have to do, but I am gonna raid over to Mr. X-Man 1971, who's playing. Mm-hmm. I'll be back tomorrow, though, with more fun map making, you guys. I was just filling in a slot today. I'm actually thinking of, though, because there's more of you come around a lot of times on Thursdays than Wednesdays, I might actually swap the two. But we'll see. I might just do them both every week. You'd probably rather have that, you know? We'll squeeze it in. Where is my web page? I can't find the raid button. My creator dashboard crashed. That is weird. Everything's broken. There it is. Map make, not raid. Oh, I'm going to take a break. We're going to raid over. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. But we'll send you over to Mr. X-Man 1971 to continue you on today. And, yeah. I got to take a little bit of a break. I've been going since 6 o'clock this morning making maps. It's getting... I've already got 12 hours in today. So break. I need a little break. Because I'll probably do another 4 before I go to bed tonight. But not yet. I got to get some stuff to eat and all that fun stuff. So we'll send you... He's testing JD Fan's maps. So you get a first look at the JD Fan map over there. Uncharted Valley. 4X map. In testing. So we'll catch you guys later and send you off to another map making in progress. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye, guys.